stage. I'm usually the one out in the audience, or I've written the remarks for somebody else to deliver, so it's really incredible to be able to stand up here tonight. And thanks for everyone for making the trip out to this beautiful hotel on a Saturday night to celebrate with us. And thank you, Lisa. You're such a tough act to follow. You actually got to have this award for 2 years. I don't know how I get that, but anyway. Thank you for my box. I can't wait to try it out. But it's a tremendous honor to join you in the long line of impressive women who came before you. You know, what an amazing legacy you're all leaving this community. And I'd like to congratulate Rick Myers and Tom Chandler. You are both icons and rock stars in this community, and I'm honored to share this recognition with you this year. I also want to acknowledge my wonderful family, my husband Jake, who's supported me for the past 26 years, and who has attended more of these events than he probably would care to. So thanks for coming to this one, honey. And my son Jacob, who just turned 18 and is graduating from Tankerville High School this spring. He's going to be a Wildcat this fall. And he'll be entering the U of A Honors College to study chemistry. So I want to thank Dean Ruiz for impressing upon him the value of studying science at a Research One university. We are so fortunate to have such an outstanding university in our backyard. And lastly, my bright and beautiful daughter Olivia, who is 14 and a freshman at Tankerville. She is always my biggest fan and cheerleader. And I love you all and appreciate the support you give me each and every day. And as you saw from the photos, I am an identical twin and from a family of 6 girls. And yes, we were often a spectacle growing up, particularly when we wore those attractive matches. And I'm so proud that 2 of my sisters are here tonight. My baby sister, Joyce Olson, who's here from Minnesota, and my twin sister, Carol Sokolowski, who's here from Chicago. And yes, Carol looks and sounds just like me, so I did try to bribe her to give this speech. But she unfortunately turned me down, so it really is me. I also want to thank all my friends at Raytheon who are here, my boss, Bob Koch, and my teammates and colleagues. I appreciate so much your friendship and support. I particularly want to call out Kay McLaughlin, a native in Tucson, and one of the rare native Tucsonans, and she has opened more doors for me than I can count. I can't thank you. And my government relations colleagues, Ed Munoz and his wife Teresa, who came from California, and Jim and Kelly Norton, who drove down from Phoenix. So thanks for joining us. You know, I've been so fortunate to have the support and resources of a large company behind me. It's because of Raytheon's commitment to education, particularly science, technology, engineering, and math, that I've had the opportunity to work with so many outstanding groups and individuals in Arizona who share that same passion. And so the beauty of this award is that I do get a few minutes at the mic to talk about what's important to me, and certainly it's education. And since so many education leaders and advocates are here tonight, I know I'm preaching to the choir when I say how critical it is that we work to reform education in this state. Too many of our students are dropping out, too many of our schools are underperforming, and too many of our teachers are leaving the profession underpaid, burnt out, and disillusioned because they lack the resources and support they need to make a difference in the lives of their students. By the way, if you didn't know, the starting salary for a teacher is about $30,000 a year. And in about 10 years, maybe the average is about 40. And I know a lot of teachers who haven't had a raise in probably 7 years and are still in that 30,000 salary range. So given the demands we place on them, it's no wonder that 50% of teachers leave teaching in their first 5 years. So we recently had the opportunity to hear about the education system in Finland. Finland is ranked #1 in the world when it comes to student performance. Education is not a political issue in Finland because everyone agrees it's at the core for success in every facet of life. Teachers in Finland earn the same level of respect that doctors and lawyers earn, because only the top 10% of the nation's graduates are selected to earn their teaching credentials. And that's after they have excelled in an undergraduate degree program in another field of study. And there is no standardized testing in Finland. The teachers are trusted to determine if students are living up to their full potential and to challenge them to do so by selecting the study programs that make the most sense for each child. And students who don't start school until they're 7 years old are not required to come prepared, having already learned their numbers or colors or to write their name. Instead, schools are required to be prepared to teach students whatever they need to learn. And those are just a few of the things that make Finland stand apart from other countries in the world. Some writers have said, if you want to live the American dream, move to Finland. Now, I'm not advocating that, nor am I saying that Finland has a whole lot in common with the U.S. Its population is equivalent to that of the state of Arizona. Its poverty level is about 4%, so its problems are nowhere near as complex as ours. I'm sure they have many of them, but they're certainly not on the scale that we face in our country. And it's like really cold there for about 7 months of the year. So it would take some huge changes to implement their education system in the U.S., which took them 40 years to create. And we don't have 40 years to turn our ship around. But there are some things we can do, and we can start by supporting the teachers in our classrooms. Many research studies point to teachers as the single most important factor to a child's success. And in a recent study, McKinsey and Company concluded that of all the controllable factors influencing student achievement, the most important by far is the influence of the classroom teacher, and that the quality of an education system cannot exceed the quality of the teachers. So what can you do? You can join with us at Tucson Values Teachers, or with the school in your neighborhood, or the teacher in your child's classroom. Until we raise salaries, we can help teachers financially with discounts at our businesses. Well, maybe not mine, but join with companies like Walgreens or OfficeMax or Cook Automotive to offer special discounts to teachers so they can stretch their salaries as far as possible. Or we can donate supplies for their classrooms so they don't have to spend their own money for Kleenex and pencils and copy paper. We can give them summer internships in our companies and pay them industry wages so they can afford to be teachers and so they can see firsthand the skills we need in the workplace. And we can also respect and revere them for the important role they play in the lives of our children and in the development of our future workforce and the society. And we can start right now. I'd like all the teachers, educators, and school administrators in the audience to please stand so we can thank you for the vital work you do every day in the schools and classrooms across this community and this country. And whenever I think that this problem is too hard or that there are not enough people to fight for change, I remember my favorite quote from Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. So please join with me. And I thank you very much for this award, and I will always aspire to live up to it.